Hello car lovers, driving the 2024 Alfa Romeo Tonale Veloce PHEV. This is the plug-in hybrid, which means you plug in the car at home. It gives you 50 kilometers of electricity, and then once that electricity runs out, the gas engine kicks in and it drives like a normal gas-powered hybrid. So that's how that works. This is a subcompact, luxury, semi-luxury, semi-sport, SUV crossover, an overview.
The Alfa Romeo Tonale is a 6-second 0 to 60 subcompact crossover. It is also a plug-in hybrid with all-wheel drive. Total power is 285 horsepower and 384 pounds of torque. The 15.5 kilowatt-hour battery can do 53 kilometers of all-electric range. The motor is a 4-cylinder turbo. There is a drive mode selector. Level 1 or regular wall outlet takes 8 hours to recharge. Level 2 about 3 hours. There is no level 3 charging. We have the Veloce, which is the high-end Tonale. The lower trim model is the Sprint. Fuel economy in hybrid mode, 8.1 liters, both highway and city. A 6-speed automatic comes with all models. It is eligible for the federal and provincial credits. As of this date, $10,000 total. Canada gives you a $5,000 rebate at the dealer. Quebec takes many weeks to get the money. A lesser customer service experience. 12.3-inch digital dash, 10.25-inch infotainment, adaptive cruise, high-end sound. The website is complex and less well laid out than most. Two things are certain: there are many in stock at the dealer, and this is the sportiest subcompact crossover I have ever driven.
So we're back. What to say about this vehicle? Well, pretty much Ross's sentiment shows the difference between this vehicle and the competition. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is that the Tonale Veloce has this driving feel, this setup that feels extremely nervous, extremely sporty, very Italian, a little high-strung, and it's done so in a tasteful way. Everything is adjustable here with this dial. I'm enjoying the acceleration. Very sudden for a 3-cylinder turbo. This is excellent, and there's a certain nervousness when you're driving it. It feels certainly more lit up than its competitors. There's no question. The exterior styling is very nice. The color is questionable. It's one of those things where it's something only an Italian can wear, and so it's the same thing with the colors. It seems this green would be laughable on everything else. Here it's okay. So well, there you go. On the inside, well, this feels like a subcompact. It feels intelligently spaced out. This is very small, yet it feels well space managed. The trunk is average, which is saying something. The rear seat room, I can sit behind myself unbelievably. I didn't think I could when I was looking at it. Sitting here in front, there's a reasonable comfort, even though there's bolstering of the seats. They're reasonably comfortable. Ross and I are doing this pretty well there. We could be here for an hour and a half. I think we'd be okay. Which is very good. There's a decent quality leather here. The drivetrain, once again, is just so awesome. A nice cockpit feel here with the steering wheel, with the digital dash. This is a small infotainment. And so when you have a small infotainment, you have small buttons, right? Especially in the top half. They're very small. It is laggy, though. The screen is incredibly bright. We're here on a really bright sunny day, doing a great job on that level. Great panoramic roof. This is very nice. All the luxury features you need are here, I think. It is expensive. I mean, with the rebate, it's $64,000. That means without the rebate, it's $65,000. Wow, $65,000. That's a lot of money for 50 kilometers of range. I mean, I was telling Ross off camera. I mean, this or a Mazda CX-30 all equipped. I think the Mazda CX-30 all equipped has a nicer interior and costs $40,000. Though it doesn't have this lively drivetrain. It does have a 4-cylinder turbo, though. You will be paying for gas. You always have to figure that gas cost, and of course in Quebec we pay a lot more for gas than other jurisdictions, so that does play into a factor. Note that in the winter you will have the inevitable electric range loss of 40 to 50%, depending on how cold it is. So there's that to consider. In terms of visibility, this is pretty an important factor for people who buy this vehicle. I would say that the front visibility is okay, though some of its competitors do better. Same thing for the side, it's okay. Rear 3/4 and in the back, it gets a little tight, and that's what I have to say about that. At least you have a nice big rear view mirror, which is not always the case. I think about the Chevy products, which the rear view mirror, it's a little pygmy, and you can barely see outside their small windows. This is not the case here. Nice big rear window, so what little window there is, you can see. So overall, I would say this is a good but expensive vehicle. That's my assessment. And where the value is added, I feel, is in the drivetrain. I think the drivetrain and just the general setup and the intelligent space management inside, I think that's where it's value added. I feel really high off the road here. I'm looking here at the kicks, and they're so low compared to me. So you're really getting that sentiment of crossover. And those are my thoughts on the very good Alfa Romeo Tonale Veloce. I always have a hard time with those names. I would say from the short to medium term, no, like on the lease, it's completely recommendable. On the long-term purchase, well, it's up to you, right? I think plug-in hybrids have a rap of being probably the less reliable of the alternative propulsion system. That's what I read online. That hasn't been verified by any engineering firm at all, and that is what I have to say about that. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course you should subscribe, and that is it.